Ahmed Kathrada, thank you so much for speaking with us. You spent just under 3 decades in jail. I remember a few years ago, I for the first time saw a picture of you just before you went into jail, and I had already known you. And I remember for the first time actually thinking how long that was, you know, just seeing how much you had aged in that time. If you now look back over all the suffering and all the things that you had to go through, do you feel it was worth it all?
Absolutely. There's not a bit of regret for what we went through. I think everything we did, to a greater or lesser extent, was worth it. And the so-called sacrifices we made fade into almost nothing compared to others who did not live to see the democracy. So one can't harp on sacrifices. As I say, that was nothing compared to people who were tortured, people who were hanged, and didn't live to see democracy.
What about the race issue? I know your foundation has been very vocal about racism, and you have had a whole campaign around that. I'm very concerned about the racial relations deteriorating, especially amongst young people. How do you feel about that?
It's understandable, not acceptable, but understandable, considering where we come from. And also there is a lot of work lacking in youth organizations, not government youth organizations, but non-civil society organizations, in educating the people. I can't sit and condemn the demonstrations. I just wish that young people showing their frustrations and their aspirations don't have to resort to destruction, to burning of books, burning of paintings, as we have seen. So one wishes, without having to condemn, one wishes that they don't have to, because what has to be conveyed to people is today, unlike the past, every avenue is open to make known one's desires, frustrations. There is the Constitution called the public protector. These are avenues one can turn to when things are going wrong. And one wishes that they take advantage of those avenues instead of having to resort to other means, violent means in particular.
What is your wish for South Africa in the years to come?
Well, obviously, my first wish would be eradication of poverty, and then making it less difficult for people to gain their aspirations without any stumbling blocks. And that way, I really wish about young people. The majority population is young. And I wish that any stumbling blocks there are in the way of progress can be removed so that young people can take fullest advantage. My wish is to see a situation where we don't have to import skills. Not that we are importing too many skills now, but the doors are open, and I wish that the young people would take fullest advantage of this so that they themselves will provide the skills that are needed.
At Madiba's funeral, you gave the most moving speech. I think the whole country cried with you that day. You must still miss Madiba terribly. He was such a close friend of yours.
I miss two individuals more than, well, I shouldn't compare, but I miss Sisulu. I can't call a person who's 11, 10 years older than I am as my friend. So Walter is my father, and Madiba was my elder brother, but not a friend. Although the relationship was very easy, but the respect was always there. When both of them died, of course, I can never forget. Those are the most difficult speeches I've had to make.